Hi, so I'm Nicole Scott from Netbook News.
I'm Sasha Pallenberg from Netbook News.
And we're obviously here at IDF. And we got our hands on some lovely hardware yesterday. Thanks Intel for the dual-core netbook, the Acer.
Finally, we got the Acer Aspire One D255 with the Intel Atom N550, which is, in my opinion, definitely a game changer and will have a huge impact on the netbook market, because when you compare this to your single-core Intel Atom, which I'm pretty okay with in terms of performance, but the dual core, that was a huge difference, wasn't it?
Yeah, to bring it up to handling some HD video and to be able to do a little bit of more graphics encoding, just to be able to handle YouTube better was like one of the biggest things that I think the average consumer really wanted out of their netbooks.
You know, in general, how it was handling Flash, it was easy for us to open a couple of websites, having a couple of tabs open, and even with some huge Flash banners. And like Nicole said, 720p video on YouTube, no problem at all. So the overall performance was just fantastic. And actually, I think a couple of manufacturers were talking about 25% performance gain.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And I think these are the missing 25% to make Windows 7 work on the netbook form factor.
Absolutely. Some of the other people who also got the dual-core netbook were saying that they found the performance a little more snappy, that Windows 7 actually ran the way that it's supposed to, that the way that they envisioned it.
So therefore, just to talk about a little bit about software, talking about the Atom Developer Program, especially the AppUp Center, I just had a sneak preview on the tablet version of the App Store. That was the first time we saw that, huh? That
was actually really exciting, and it was on the Wii tab, and 11.6 inches, and running MeeGo, and quite snappy. And I really enjoyed the interface of how you could browse through all of the applications. That was really nice.
I think actually we need to point out that the MeeGo, the other way around, the Wii tab is going to be the first MeeGo device that's coming to the market.
And in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
I was sitting in some of the sessions today about selling and developing for AppUp, and I was really interested to find out that medical is coming and education is going to be a lot more highlighted, and they're going to be having the, what is it, the Intel Learning, it's the Learning series.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so that's highly focused on a lot of really educational apps that are like for education curriculum.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see things that are a little more mature, software-wise, rolling out for education, because kids don't have high patience for bugs, and they don't really have high patience for things that don't look polished. And so far, from what I've seen at the booth here, they're highly mature products that are going to be coming into AppUp.
You know what? I don't know how many developers were in there, but they were quite excited, and they needed to get educated about this ecosystem that Intel is building up, because I think not so many developers out there know about their opportunities with it, because at the end of the year, end of 2010, we are roughly talking about 100 million units in the market. So you guys can actually address 100 million potential customers with your apps, and there is nothing comparable in the app world, whether it's for phones or whether it is for, I don't know,
actually, I think
TVs.
I think it's almost even bigger than that, because the education for the developer right now is so necessary. When they're developing for AppUp now, and they're going for the netbook, like they're porting their games in from wherever they are, but they have to keep in mind that next is going to come tablets, and then there's the infotainment stuff for cars, and then there's, you know, it just goes on, and to conceive of developing an app that's going to go across all those platforms, I don't even know how they're going to do it, but apparently they can come here and find out.
You know, in general, what's very important, I think, for Intel to really make it kick off, get some big names in there, right? Why not getting Electronic Arts in there, porting all their games from the 90s onto a netbook form factor? I mean, they already announced they announced with Sega and Konami during the MeeGo conference in Taipei. I think that's a big name, and they have some very addictive games. As soon as the first big software development companies are getting into the Atom Developer Program and getting their apps out on the AppUp Center, I'm pretty sure that this will kick off the whole idea.
Well, actually, here's my prediction for tomorrow. I'm going to look into my crystal
ball.
I'm going to go live on the internet and say what I think, and so I'm going to be held to it. Well, with AppUp, you have full access to the Unity database. And so already I've been seeing Chris Skaggs from Soma Games. He started playing around with the Unity database and developing Unity with and for AppUp. So I'm hoping that Unity will have some sort of announcement, maybe building their presence and being a little more forward than just the database.
That IDF 2010 regarding the netbook form factor, it's about AppUp, 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 and a little bit of AppUp.
I think you're right.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I might have to agree.
Okay.
But yeah, so stay tuned for more exciting news, and we'll have our opinion on announcements that are happening tomorrow.
Fantastic. And you are Nicole Scott from netbooknews.com.
And you're Sasha Pallenberg from netbooknews.com.
Thanks for watching.
Excellent.